Hello and welcome to another SAF podcast. We have a very special edition here. I am actually in location in the room with two of our very special guests today. We have Matthew Ferrugia.
How's it going, folks? This is your friend Matthew Ferrugia, the mischievous gentleman.
And of course we have our first time guest, Tim Buffman. If you'd say hello, Tim.
It's pronounced Buffum, actually. My name is Tim Buffum, yes. That is who I am. Hi.
Alright, and this is our first on-location podcast. We were actually face-to-face on one recording, so that means I don't have to do any work in post. Hooray for me.
One small step for podcasting.
We should do this for every podcast.
Won't that get expensive?
The price is just a thing that you shouldn't worry about.
The price of gas and mustard nowadays, oh, it's a problem.
No. The real reason is because money is just a number, and I know how to count.
It's true. We established that yesterday that he was stupid.
Don't worry, we've got an adult high school here in Ottawa. So.
Oh yes, that's right, the adult high school.
Oh my god.
Not the children's high school, but the adult high school.
Don't question it.
There's actually a children's school over there.
Yeah, right across the street. It's a funny thing with Canadian law, because I'm a U.S. citizen, I don't have to tell them that I'm within 300 feet of their school.
Cool. I think I saw Sterling there a bit ago, actually.
Just Dr. Manhattan just descends from the heavens. This is relevant to my interests. I don't know what Dr. Manhattan sounds like. It's been years since I've seen that movie.
It's okay, I don't even know what you're talking about.
He's talking about The Watchmen, in which Sterling looks like Dr. Manhattan, but Sterling's character is blue, except he's just red instead of blue like Dr. Manhattan.
So he's a plagiarizer.
Yep. And a pedophile.
It's okay, Sterling. We still hate you. Alright, what should we talk about?
Well, that's you're breaking the first world podcast. We just converse. You don't ever bring up that question.
Alright. Well, I'll tell you about Canadistan culture. It is very culturally placed. We went to the Greek restaurant, and then we ate the Japanese restaurant.
We ate the whole restaurant.
We saw a Chinese restaurant. It was filled with Mexican people. It was very cultural. Mm-hmm. And he tried Putin, which is, as we all know, a very important Russian figure.
He tasted bad.
It could have been good with some Ritz.
Tasted like a strong man with bad leadership.
It tastes like a vodka from our...
I think he has good leadership. Maybe bad morals, but good leadership.
He's got the...
I mean, he has eyes in Ukraine, but who doesn't? I mean, baby's got back.
That's a pretty good joke. I can't make a good comeback in time.
Nope. I pranked you.
Also, I have no idea.
Bazinga.
Also, I know nothing of Russian politics, so I don't know if he's a good leader or not. Is he a good leader?
Well, he was elected.
I mean, you hear so many mixed things. Personally,
Bush was elected.
I mean, he is kind of an asshole.
The worst.
Bush was elected twice. First Bush was elected, then Bush Jr. was elected.
Then Bush Light was elected, yeah.
Then Bush 8% was elected.
Bush 0.
Then it was just water.
We couldn't elect Bush 0, so.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone took a look at Bush 0 and he's like, what?
It's like Coke Zero. It just why? That's. What is my opinion on Putin? I mean, I hear he's kind of an asshole, but
tastes good.
Yeah, Putin. It's very, very tasty, and.
No, to go back, what you said about George Bush. I mean, you know what he's doing now?
Drugs.
Nothing.
Drugs.
No, he's painting portraits and selling them and donating the funds to the Veterans Association.
Oh, just for those of you at home, I just pantomime shooting myself in the foot.
He had a lot of hard decisions to take in his reign, and whether you make one decision or the other, either of them may be right or wrong, but you're going to be hated by somebody no matter what you do in the office. So
it's true. I remember, in high school, I remember the big thing even in Canada. Like, I don't know how it was in the States, but like everyone was talking about Bush. It was like a lot of non-stop jokes, and it got to the point where it's like, okay, like I didn't really like Bush at the time, and I'm just kind of indifferent now, but like everyone was like doing the same sort of oh ha ha Bush is an idiot joke, ha ha, isn't that funny? And then I told that to my friend and he told that to his friend, and look, we're so funny and original. And it was just hard to like take that seriously. So oftentimes I'd start making little jokes like I was being supportive of them, only because I knew it pissed them off. So I can be kind of an asshole, I'd like to say, is what I'm trying to get at.
No, it's fine. I have already made the joke twice since coming to Ottawa that someone should open up a vodka bar that sells prime poutine on the side to call it Vladimir Putin, or a Vladimir Poutine rather.
Oh,
but that's already been done. I'm sure that's too big a gimmick.
I saw a picture. It was like Putin riding a Ritz cracker, which made me chuckle.
That's not
And
bad.
what was that card we saw at the store or like a bit ago? It was the Trump cards, the birthday cards. Like one was the Mary Poppins one, and I cannot remember what it said. The orange is the new black president, which I actually thought that was actually pretty funny.
Oh fuck, that's good.
It was pretty funny, and then
It was what, Trump Bay, whatever, with like the Salt Bay.
the slide. Oh yeah, I never really got into that one.
We don't typically get political on this podcast, and the reason for it is because that.
Well, we're just talking about overtones right now. We're not getting into
Well, I guess the
specifics.
real reason is we hate minorities.
I can't do it very well. And I don't mean him. Oh wait, no, hang on.
I like that. Go motherfucker. Yeah, so this is going to the hype group too, so I want to say hi to some very special people.
Yeah, do that.
Bjorn, it was nice talking to you yesterday. Ben, look, buddy, I'm still waiting on the friend request. It's okay, just take your time. It's okay, these things happen. I'm just waiting this guy.
Bring that dick over here, boy. Yeah, boy. We're gonna have some fun, boy.
Yeah, want some sucky?
Come on, man. It won't hurt. All right. I think that joke went on a little too long.
No, not for them. So.
I guess. Chrissy Tan, Daisuke.
Oh, she's gonna fucking hate you.
I know she's gonna hate me. I
Sure he does.
I probably. I mean, I figure I rub. There's some things I do that just rub people the wrong way. Don't use stick.
No.
Did you break it? Oh no, it's just loose.
You hear a big crunch, you dingus.
You dingus dongus. You Julian. You gay.
Yeah, big gay.
You queer-mosexual.
Oh, that's a good one.
I forget where I heard it from somewhere, but I can't remember. I think it was a movie. Oh no, it was Family Guy. It was Family
It's
Guy.
probably that guy shouting at you across the street.
Yeah, probably. I think it was Sterling. Well, I saw him pop his head out of the playground. The kids were just staring at him like, "What are you doing here, mister?"
Everyone knows that Sterling cannot raise his voice that high.
Well,
You could read in his eyes.
So, today on the podcast, I was thinking we could talk about the new Evangelion. I'm feeling it's a 7.63.5 out of 10.
Look at this
Evangelion,
meme.
really?
Evangeline.
Thank you.
Evangeline Lilly.
Evangeline.
Evangelina Jolie.
Sterling, why are you so easy to make fun of? It's unfair.
Sterling.
It's not my fault, it's yours.
Sterling, why do you make me laugh so much? Why must I love you?
Yes.
Shinto, I can't. What was the other thing?
Whichever.
I'm trying to think of something. Like my mind keeps drawing blanks.
Holy shit, Luffy's tits are great.
Yes, it is very true. He has very beautiful boobs and thighs that can crush melons. In fact, he would probably eat the melons. It's part of my fan fiction.
Let's get back on track, gentlemen.
All right, if you insist.
There's a train and it needs to be on the tracks, okay?
I suppose that makes sense in some country.
Not
Well,
Canada.
most countries that have trains would want them on the tracks.
Not in here.
Okay.
In Yokio, they have bubble cars. And those work just fine for them.
Yeah, so let's talk about Neo Yokio.
Oh,
Let's talk about Yokio.
I finally watched the first episode, and I can't even explain this. It's like I was saying earlier. It's like watching an abridged series that's trying to take itself too seriously at times.
Yeah. No, like get everything that you want out
Like,
of you right now
it's-
because Josiah and I have like seen this all, so you get out.
No, we're not talking about the first episode. We're having a different podcast on the whole thing later. We're just we're
Well,
teasing.
We'll give them a little strip tease.
It's a first impression sort of thing because I probably will watch the rest eventually.
There's only 5 more episodes you have to watch, not even one.
Well, I mean that's fine. And like when I first heard about it, I was just like, oh, why are they trying to make anime the West? It just doesn't feel right.
I mean, Avatar: Last Airbender was terrible.
The movie or the actual show?
The show.
Yeah, I remember like in the first season, but that was about it.
Dog is really good,
Oh, yeah.
and Core is really good as well. That's the joke.
Oh, well, I take back what I said. I still only like the first season.
Wow. Way to just point a
That's the punchline.
way to just paint a fucking bullseye on your skull.
I'm trying to rub people the wrong way in the group, so they'll be like, "Wow, Tim, we're gonna correct you on this stuff
Oh.
you cannot say."
Just putting yourself on blast, I see.
Oh yes, it's my kink.
Yeah, but aren't you 30% Greek?
I'm like 30%. I'm like a bunch of shit.
I'm a
I think it was around the time when the Greeks were having their orgies.
This is like the beginning of time.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that's how where the caveman first started.
Goes about that far back.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to you and Yokio.
Yes.
Matthew, what was your first impression of the first episode? We watched it again with Tim earlier.
The more that you go back and see more of Neo Yokio, the better it is.
Also, the worst the animation scenes.
Also, so the worst the No, like the animation specifically is what I'm talking about. For those of you at home, if you're going to be watching Neo Yokio eventually, in the scene where Kaz is heading back to Helena St. Tessero's home, I can't believe I remember that fucking character's name, underneath 103rd Street. When you see Charles flying through the air, I want you to take a good second to appreciate the flying animation. Specifically, give that 10 seconds to just soak in. Especially if you have not seen the whole thing yet, because it's nothing but a taste of things to come. It's bad and it makes me feel good. It's like hard alcohol. There you go.
It's a lot like those how to draw your own manga book you get from your local library.
I saw those back when I was a kid.
I actually bought those, and I feel so much shame knowing that.
Jaden Smith grabbed a copy of those very books, and he ran up to Papa Will and he's like, "Dad, I got an idea!" And then Will Smith felt this incredible foreboding feeling.
He's like, "Get jiggy with it."
That's the sound of the family legacy dying inside my heart.
Honestly, the music too is all public domain. They should have just took everything from Will Smith's soundtracks and just put it in there, and I think I probably would have loved it more.
They got fucking sound effects from Dragon Quest in there.
Yeah.
And even then, there's some sound effects where it just sounds like when she was smashing the racket, and it just sounded like very loud cracking sound, louder than it should have been.
Yeah,
especially
over in the distance, yeah.
Yeah, given the distance, I'm just like,
What's actually available in the public access, like license-free audio file, is it's much more expansive than I thought it was.
Well, I mean, any sort of classical music is public domain because the authors have been dead for hundreds of years.
Too long, yes.
statute of limitations.
So yeah, well, even then, copyright law is only like 50 years after your death. So I mean, yeah.
So we'll wait 50 years after Will Smith's death, and then we can recreate the anime as it was intended.
Yeah, but more importantly, anything Mozart, Beethoven, Brahms, anything like that is public domain. You know, anybody can play it or use it in any sort of financial dealings or business.
I mean, it's good, but you can just tell just how public domain. Like, it feels cheap. Like not even cutting corners. Like, they just didn't put much effort into it.
Well, not only that, it doesn't match the scenes very well. Like, it just feels like they're putting in music.
Yeah.
You know,
to make it more artistic.
Yeah.
So sometimes it doesn't set. Oh man, I should take offense to this. Oftentimes it doesn't match the scenes that they're ham-fisted into, but sometimes it does fit the tone. The problem is the tone of Kaz Khan being wealthy magistocrat. Fuck that word. Like
He's
a
constantly depressed.
suave ass kid.
So am I.
Like it's something that they're trying to push with his character, and it feels awkward and it feels bad, like everything else inside of the series. So even though, like, so sometimes the music is handled poorly in scenes, they're at least trying to make it fit Kaz's character, if nothing else. So they're trying. It's just they're coming up short every single time. Thought was put into this, but the thoughts are terrible and not well thought, not well organized at all.
I will question you on the thought part because of the amount of plot holes, or just the defined simple physics, like the water seeping through, or the fact that he can use his robot. He can use his robot to drive underwater. It's like, well, why didn't you do that? Whatever.
No. Like I said, there was thought put into this, but the thoughts themselves were shallow and not
And easily forgotten. It's like Araki was planning this for like several decades and just forgot scene after scene after scene.
It's the irate gamer of anime.
It's don't you call this anime?
Okay.
Pseudo anime at best.
It's Japanimation.
It's the Kappa Mike.
Well, if you look, it was animated by a guy who has a Japanese-looking name. So.
Koenig? That sounds not the Japanese. No, wait, that was the writer, I think.
Yeah.
No, they legit got a studio from Japan. I heard.
Yeah.
And
yet they couldn't even make the mouths.
I think they were going for the old. Back in the 90s, everything was better.
If the two of you existed in Yokio, would you be on the top of the bachelor board?
I'd be depressed if I was. I'd be depressed if I
Don't
wasn't.
sell yourself short like that!
I'd just be depressed.
Oh, it's a shame.
It depresses me, Yokio. I want to go back to old times.
Would you want to be affiliated with a fuckboy like Archangelo Josiah?
Yes.
I like, and not to mention the pacing of it all just like seems to go too fast, slow, and things happen. It's just like,
well, let alone like
the cemetery
work,
thing was fun.
The work put into it, in which Kaz tries to exorcise a famous acquaintance of his who is suddenly possessed and gives up at the first try, and then lo and behold, 5 minutes later, figures it out in some sort of backwards-ass Sherlock detective work.
Yes.
And then he comes back and defeats said demon so easily that why did he ever give up in the first place?
Yes.
And he's supposed to be the best exorcist in the city.
It's really
World, I think.
hard.
Well, I mean, all the exorcists are there, aren't they?
They all have
Anyways,
pink hair. They all have pink hair. Remember?
Yeah, they all pink hair.
That is how you tell the sign of originally just a hipster, but now both a hipster and an exorcist.
It's like the trope with anime characters where the main character always has the off-color hair to stand out. But even then, nothing really feels like it stands out in that.
Or it's like, catch the main character and you look in the Pokemon and there's like a stadium, and then there's like the main character because he actually has like lines and like an outfit, and hair that isn't just fading into the background.
Right.
Or that reminds me of a fantastic comic that I saw a while ago of there's like anime mom and anime dad who give birth to a child, and the child has like a birthmark and like bright pink hair. And I was like, she's gonna grow up to be a main protagonist, isn't she?
Oh yeah, I was kind of referring to that one too. It was like a little cheesy comic.
And she spends like her entire life like avoiding like calls to adventure. Like, you have to go save the kingdom. No,
it's tough.
I want nothing to do with this. Get this MC life away from me.
Back to New Yokio, there was the tombstone scene, like you were saying, Tim, with the old man with the perfume.
Honestly, if a kid came up to me and just started talking while I was at my wife's thing, I'd just say, fuck off.
Handled with such class, such decency.
The old man looked so confused.
And so was I.
Your wife may have liked this, but her taste was old and busted.
She's old and an OG.
And dead.
Your old lady was whack.
And dead.
Oh shit, that's right, he did say that.
Call it the fucking dead woman whack.
Yeah, while he's trying to love his
clothes,
darling
clothes, cars, and alcohol are classics.
Yes, cars, clothing, I think, and watches.
Watches, yeah, they're classics.
Are considered classics through time. perfumes need to change with the era.
You gotta get with the times, old man.
That's
Stop
cool.
spraying that stinky shit on your wife.
She wouldn't like that.
Even though it was her favorite and she wore it every day.
Yes.
What was that? You guys, they got good actors at least.
Did
They
they?
do
They got good supporting roles.
supporting role. I mean, I don't think they could save it, but I think that kind of works in its favor because it's just one of those. My God, it's so bad. I love it.
Nothing could have. Steve Buscemi couldn't save this.
He
Jude
was
Law.
only in 2 episodes,
It's
so
Susan.
yeah, how was he supposed to save them?
More specifically, Jude Law and
Susan
Susan Sarandon could not even save this.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of you know, in like Studio Ghibli, they always get the well-known actors in those movies. It kind of feels like
Yes.
that sort
Yeah.
of feel, but in such a crappy-looking anime.
Do you-
Anime.
I'm gonna ask both of you this now. Do you think that do you think that Jaden tried to get Will involved in this? Like,
No.
hey, Dad, play a cameo role.
You know what happened last time that Will got involved with Jaden in any project?
Yeah, Pursuit of Happiness was a great movie.
No,
No.
Karate Kid.
No, not Karate Kid. After Earth.
Oh shit.
The fuck? I don't even know about this.
After Earth, the flop movie in which Jaden is trapped on Earth, and Earth
Oh,
evolved many
okay.
years, and all the animals there kill humans.
I remember of it.
I'd
never seen it, but
this.
I-
Well, there's a reason why
I
you
know
never
these
heard of it, Matt, because it's taboo.
Mm.
It's probably illegal in Canada to even speak about this movie.
Well, it's off to jail with all 3 of us, I suppose. Canadian jail is a lot gentler than American jail, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah, you just say, I want to step out for a second. Like, okay.
Hey,
Here's the keys.
hey, can I go out this door? Just be back by bedtime. Okay.
Alright. Where's me wife?
Where is boy?
Where is Bart? Where is my cow, Homer?
So, what else is there to say about it? The music is
Oh,
questionable at best. The supporting actors couldn't save it. The animation is one of the worst things about it. The voice acting is a travesty with, once again, few exceptions.
But I think that kind of works in its favor of just being literally so bad it's good. And if
Yes.
if it was like a movie and they were doing that, I think it would be like shit, or even standard Western animation. But the fact
No.
that they're going for that anime as aesthetic,
No.
I think that works.
No, movies can do this too.
Yeah.
But not on
The
purpose.
Room is a perfect
yeah.
example of an atrocity that is beloved by thousands of people. You need to look at The Room.
I did not.
And not just The Room as well, there's many others.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't think of any.
It's just the most infamous example.
No, back near Yokio. Another thing is that Kaz, being the #1 exorcist, freaking Kamehameha is his arch nemesis while they're both trying to buy suits through the changing rooms. He literally like soul blasts him through all of the changing rooms, and he falls down, and somehow he's not dead.
No.
It
He
does-
walks it off.
It doesn't know what it's trying to be.
It's not even
It doesn't
like...
even clarify his powers. Sometimes he just gets beaten like by a child, and other times he's just owning everything like a Mary Sue.
sometimes it's yeah. Fuck, there's no
If you gotta be a
more
Mary
simple than
Sue, at least be a Mary Sue all the time.
that. Be a consistent Mary Sue.
Also, Kaz doesn't ever learn any lessons.
I would beat
No.
the children before they beat me.
You want to talk? Okay. No wait.
Let's talk about field hockey. Men's field hockey.
That's,
Oh, fuck.
you gotta specify.
Yeah,
You can't get away with not specifying.
Gentlemen's.
gentlemen's.
The East Side Gentlemen versus the West Side Gentlemen.
I love sports.
Oh, I love sports.
But no. And an interesting thing also as well is Kaz playing this game, even though he's crippling and depressed, is that their sticks are so low to the ground that the men have to bend over at the waist to play field hockey.
Yeah.
And the build up for that final goal, it was just there was nothing to it whatsoever.
And also they do not like a slow-mo, but like a half speed of him hitting the ball.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna rev up, but then it's just like him, like frame by frame.
It's
The show is being made as we're watching it.
That's the end credits. Remember they show
Oh,
storyboards
shit,
and they color them in, like it's supposed to be an artsy project or something.
that's what they were trying for. That was the clear intention.
It failed, but it's a success.
That's its greatest success. This is going to be talked about for a while.
Oh yeah.
I think that's fair. I think we can safely call it now that Neo Yokio is going to become a cult classic.
No, the best thing about Neo Yokio is Kaz's...
Neo Nokio?
Neo Yokio.
Neo Nokio is actually a better way to put it, if nothing else, because no, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Let me just finish my comic first, man.
Yes.
Okay, the best thing about Neo Yokio
Yes.
is one of Kaz's two best friends, Lexi, a man steeped in ebonics,
There you go.
who says the best lines. Actually, sounds like he's acting, and could be a real person, and is one of the few saving graces of the show, besides the large Toblerone and Charles the Robot Butler.
Yes.
I can't. It looks like a mix between like some 19 Osamu Tezuka, you know, like his old designs mixed in with a Transformer.
He's a whitewashed Optimus Prime.
Don't give him too much credit, son.
With the colors of Megatron.
Don't give him too much credit.
Oh no, that's a thing. It's like if you
Really, Transformers is giving too much credit. A show that was solely made to sell toys to American children.
Yes, it was a good show, and they had a good time. I liked it, even if it was.
If you went back and watched the original Transformers
Okay,
now,
I will probably have to do that.
This was made to sell Toblerones.
now Beast Wars and some of the other like spin-offs that actually have a lot of heart and like good storytelling are,
Especially at the time,
yeah, that was pretty good for a children's cartoon. But like the original Transformers, like the original like G.I. Joe, yeah.
Hey kid, I'm a computer.
Stop all the downloading. Body massage.
Ooh, it's a body massage. Don't forget your sandwiches.
Oh, it smells so good. Oh, what the fuck, kids? What are you doing? You're all gonna die.
This might turn into like a two best friends sort of thing.
Oh gosh.
Not them.
But I loved how his two friends talked like completely at odds with all the upper class sort of thing, and they were talking very like street talk sort of tone.
Yeah.
Not fitting
Down
of
to
the
earth.
not fitting of the associates of a magistocrat whatsoever.
It doesn't even seem to fit with the whole area because everyone has this proper like upper class sort of tone to it, and then you just get these two guys. And I'm just like,
Human beings.
They definitely stand out.
Human beings, perhaps, who are laying it on a bit too thick, but human beings nonetheless, more so than these
I would like
two-dimensional magistocrats.
I would like to meet them in the Bronx for a game of b-ball.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh.
No.
Yu-Gi-Oh, actually. That's impossible. Grown-ups are allowed to play children's card games.
You would think that for a group of individuals that need to refine and assure that they maintain a consistent, upright, gentlemanly posture, they wouldn't have sticks so short, and they'd be keeping that shit nice and long.
Like it's like if
It's hard on your back.
it's kind of like when you're not into a series, like let's say the hype group, whenever they post things, it's like you actually don't know what they're talking about, but you kind of look at the pictures like, oh yeah, I kind of like that that thing. It feels like he just looked at something. It's like yeah, that works.
Yeah.
This fits the tone of this show that I'm trying
Transform.
to pour daddy's money into.
Yeah, kids love Transformers. I think I'll.
It's not daddy's money. People are pouring money into him because they think he's gonna be like daddy.
No.
It's a big difference. Daddy stopped spending money on Jaden after he
After
Earth, yeah. Except for his birthday. It's like what was it? I remember there was an interview with Will Smith actually for the After Earth like set. And he's like, yeah, I love Jaden. He reminds me of me when I was young. Like the Rascal, like for his 18th birthday, he wanted to have it in London. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll go to London. Regular stuff for celebrities.
Right.
And and then I found out they only go to London because the drinking age was 18.
You scamp.
Off topic.
And I was just like, how does he know that?
Yeah.
Off topic, but that kind of reminds me of a funny manga. Little joke I read that I kind of talked about on the hype group a bit back.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna really lead to a story.
Okay.
I was just saying that it kind of reminded me of this. Really, I'll probably post it eventually, like when this goes up. It's kind of a British. Like, are we still gonna talk about Neo Yokio?
Yeah, we'll keep talking about it for a little bit.
There's too much material to not use.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the off-topic manga. It was kind of a British show. that kind of poked fun of the legal age, right? Which it was like 16, like to get married, I think.
Yeah.
In
Right.
Oregon, sir?
Oh, this
England.
in England.
You don't have to
Hold on.
look. You don't have to look it up. Just
It's like Tomo-chan is actually a woman, I think. That's what it translates to. But it's just one of the characters is a British girl, right? And, you know, she's like 16 and her mother's like 30,
yeah.
30,
I
right?
know
So
this, yeah.
it's like you would have been like 14, 13, right? And it was kind of the joke. The father was 60 and the mother was 13. And it was one of those things that just progressively got worse as they kind of explained. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to tell my dad. And by the way, I'm actually only 13, but she looked like very developed, and that actually made me laugh a lot. Cause and then she at the end of all, she's like, oh, the baby's gonna be so happy, and the father's like, yes, there's a baby.
Yeah.
But that was a bit of an off-topic thing.
Sometimes you gotta watch out for those.
Yes,
Well,
I get very distracted. Just
No, it's fine.
just to clarify with them.
No, but on that, I'm actually on that topic. If we can keep rolling with it,
Yeah.
there is a famous American cult classic. It's called. Oh man,
We'll say Labyrinth.
no, it's not Labyrinth. That's close though. No, it is. Gosh, it's an old SNL movie that was made back when SNL
Hat?
was good. No, it was Animal House.
No, National Lampoon. That's National Lampoon.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, that's done by the SNL guys. Though that was the label for
Oh,
SNL
okay,
movies.
okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that now, but no, yeah. So it's Animal House, National Lampoon's Animal House, and one of the jokes that goes on like throughout the movie that's kind of built up is that our main character meets a girl at a grocery store and invites her to a frat party with beer. And then tries to make moves on her and this and that, dumps her back at her house, and her father's the mayor.
Yeah.
And so he gets really freaked out and this and that. Doesn't do anything. He has a chance, because she's kind of drunk and kind of passed out. He's like, I shouldn't be doing this. I'll take her home. And he pushed her back in a grocery cart from the grocery store and left her and like rang the doorbell. And then later, they meet up again. They really like each other. And she's like, oh, my dad's gonna kill me. He's like, I don't care anymore. He's getting the courage, and they spend a night out in the football field, just sleeping in the middle of the football field, and then just when things get really romantic, and they start, they start, kissing and stuff like that, and he's like, so, what school do you go to? And she's like, oh, I go to the local high school. He's like, oh, high school. He's like, how old are you? She's like, oh, 14. And our main character is 19.
There's another movie.
This is a big whoopsie.
Was it the O'Connell brothers? Do you remember that? Okay, Stand By Me, right?
Oh yeah,
The little fat kid. Yeah, he's a Canadian actor too. There's a movie he was in. It was same premise. It was it's called Buying the Cow. Ryan Reynolds was in it actually. It's actually a pretty funny movie, but it has that similar plot point where the he sends, he was like 18 at the time, and he sends a love letter, which came off, like to him it seemed like, oh, I was being romantic, but in the reality of it is he actually came off very, very creepy, and the girl he fell in love with was like 13, right? But it gets worse because the one who actually responded with the letter was her 11-year-old sister.
Oh gosh.
It's just like, it's... The way it progresses, it's like one of those, oh my god, this is so horrible. But by the time the movie's kind of airing, right, they're all like adults.
Yeah.
So, and it kind of plays around on
It's
that.
just a lowbrow humor.
Yeah, it's lowbrow, a little taboo.
Yeah.
Not something you'd often try to push with.
Well, it's not like it's pushing with it. It's just trying to make this. Wouldn't it be terrible if this happened?
Well, yeah, with comedy, you're just trying to make.
Yeah, you just kind of push the envelope just enough,
Yeah.
But no. Tim, you said you were gonna watch more. Bringing it back.
Yes.
Tim, you said you were gonna watch more Neo Yokio.
I am probably gonna finish the rest just to see what I want to see Steve Buscemi, and two, I just want to see what the rest is, because I'll admit, it caught my interest.
It's definitely entertaining.
It's interesting. It's entertaining, yes, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yes.
And And I think Pat said in like Two Best Friends podcast where he was describing the Emoji Movie, it's just you just want to see how much of a kind of a sort of train wreck it is.
Yes.
Yeah, you just want to see how much you talk about Dropbox and Candy Crush.
Yeah, and Toblerones.
That review was fantastic. Why are you going to see this movie? Well, got to know.
Yeah.
I got to know. Like what, and it's the exact same thing for New Yokio. It's really no different.
Well, one of the guys from Mega 64, Rocco Boldi, like the big guy on Mega 64, he talked about it on the podcast. This is why bad movies keep being made, because people go out in groups and try and see if it's so bad or it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so he put a tweet out on Twitter like after the Emoji Movie opened, and he's like, if you're gonna go to the Emoji Movie with your friends, it's just gonna continue this harsh cycle, and you're not gonna be improving anything. And I don't want to hear any damn jokes from you because you're just part of the problem. And then the top, which was kind of sarcastic, but in the top comment on Twitter, it was, sorry, I'm just trying to save Sony Pictures. Because Sony has had so many flops lately that it's thinking about getting rid of its movie.
They're doing, was it the meme movie? Was that a real thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We would know about this.
I don't know if it's legit or not, but it could have been a joke.
I
It's
heard
2020,
rumors,
they were going to do the meme movie. I think it's a joke because of Emoji Movie. So why not that, right? But
there was that comic of like 2017. Oh, the Emoji Movie. Okay, this is the end of the joke, guys. Very good, nice stuff. Hard cuts to a 2018, the fidget spinner movie. Oh, okay, all right. You're done now, right?
Speaking of fidget spinner, like I feel this is gonna be a lot of off-topic.
Just keep going.
But there's actually a visual novel someone made. I think it's like you can beat in 30 minutes or something.
Good.
Data fidget spinner.
It's
literally I can look it up right now. But
right now.
It's literally a girl on a fidget spinner, like anime style. Like it's just like I haven't played it. I downloaded it, but I kind of am tempted to try it.
Well, I'm just so surprised the new season of Beyblade is accepted so well over here in the States.
I haven't watched that.
It's a joke because of fidget spinners.
No, I figured that, but I really, it's just, it's like one of those things I used to watch as a kid, but then for some reason, well, I guess because I matured and stopped being a retard.
It was meant to sell a toy.
And boy, I bought into it.
It's just like Transformers. I loved it once.
Boy, did it succeed.
Man, I'm just like the kid who wears a scarf and has spiky hair and has fingerless gloves and wears a sweater out in 90-degree Japan.
A real samurai. Yes.
Data Fidget Spinner by Qualified Badger.
Yeah.
There you go. That sounds like a visual novel on Steam. That sounds like one of 5,000 visual novels on Steam that you can get for $2 or less.
But they have their own website, and obviously because fidget spinners are the thing right now.
Hardly, they're dying quickly.
Oh yeah,
Man,
most things like that. It's like whatchamacallit, Crazy Bones or shit like that.
Oh yeah, jeez, I remember
like
that.
big hype, and then it just dies off.
Like homies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can collect all the homies, and they're always in like little quarter machines.
Those are those figurines, yes.
Yeah. And they're all little names, and you try to remember them.
Yeah.
But no, as far as fidget spinners, like, did you guys see any of where I lived before they were available in Target and Walmart? Like Target and Walmart got in the game late. Like it was 2 weeks after they hit popularity. And before that, though, people would put their vans at the mall near my house and sell fidget spinners out of the back of their vans.
I bet it worked.
Oh yes. And then 2 weeks later, I saw it on every shelf in Walmart. If there was an end shelf, there was a fidget spinner on it.
Oh my god. It kind of reminds me of the Breitbart. They had join our super subscription thing, and you get a fidget spinner with it. I'm just like, fuck, these things are everywhere.
One free fidget spinner.
Oh yeah, that's right. Was it England or no? Maybe it was New Zealand. If you pre-ordered Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy, then you got a free camo fidget spinner with it.
Yes, spinning Crash.
No, it wasn't spinning Crash. It was just a fidget spinner.
Yeah, it was just it had
that. It was just blue camo, and it was a fidget spinner.
No, that's a missed opportunity.
But some people will be dumb enough to get that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I admit it was.
Should have done that. He spins. He literally spins. That's his method of attack.
He jumps on people. And he slide tackles.
And I guess he has a fruit bazooka in one game, but that doesn't matter.
Well, in a couple games.
Go
What's
on,
relevant is
Crash.
the fact-
Give it a spin.
What matters
Oh
is
my
the fact
god,
that he's got a
it's
spin.
such a stereotypical looking anime girl face too.
It's just-
Wow, I can't believe what.
Oh god.
It's real.
That's worse than I thought.
It's just a fidget spinner with a kawaii anime girl on it.
Kawaii.
Just my type of
Kawaii.
woman.
I can't even be a weeaboo, right? What the fuck?
Ooh, kawaii.
I wasn't trying to, correct your speech. I'm talking about the old, what was it, Zooks or, the Scooby-Doo YouTube poop.
Oh,
Skooks.
the Skooks.
Yeah, the Skooks.
The caveman's out there.
We're in here, and he's out there, and he's the sheriff, and we're in here.
I just remembered.
Where's the caveman?
Ooga booga.
Oh,
Taste the pain. Ooga booga.
take that. Taste the pain.
Taste the pain.
Take that.
Oh, man.
Treat Mother Earth like your own mother.
Harder.
Harder.
Harder. She wants it harder. It hurts. Oh my god. So we're watching Xavier Renegade Angel.
Go watch Xavier Renegade Angel.
Rewatching it, like I'm sure.
Only smart people who
To be fair, you have to have a high IQ to understand Xavier
catch
Renegade Angel.
it legitimately though, like it's so many things you can catch.
reference after reference after reference after reference.
Yeah, going back because I think most of us were like in high school when that came out.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I didn't know about it then. But
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I actually watched it on Adult Swim when it first started coming out.
Actually, me and Christina were talking about that. She's like, "Yeah, I remember it was like too much for me back in I forget what grade she said she was in, but and then you're watching it, it's like it's clever. It's actually a lot clever than it looks. It's funny.
Oh, very.
And it's got a lot of like it pokes fun at like I think
Everything.
spirituality and all that stuff.
Everything.
And yeah, it's really really funny.
XRA is funny in a genuinely charming kind of way
Yeah.
because it's just stupid enough that it's not trying to
Well,
come
and not
across
only
as,
that, but it makes
too,
fun
like,
of everybody. It doesn't just like go after one
Yeah.
type of
And
people. It goes
it-
after that type of people and the
it-
people who go after that.
It
Like-
never,
like
it-
this
like
episode
you know
where
how
the-
heavy-handed like to use an example because I don't really watch it but I know of it. It's like Rick and Morty, right, where it's like, oh god, there's no god sort of thing, and it's like, okay, yeah, I get that, but this is sort of clever.
I
in
get
its
it. You're
take on
science, man, and you believe in science. And like to be fair, the
Well-
the episode of XRA that we saw today was kind of like
The Christian
you can't
science,
tell your
yeah.
dad using Christian science.
No, well, the thing about Rick and Morty is that it isn't that it's like super pro-atheist. It's that whenever like the God subject comes up, it's basically Rick saying, I'm equal to I'm smarter than
Oh,
a God,
is it
and so
like
it's
that?
all the stupid fans who think that it's.
Oh, okay, so maybe it is the fans.
It goes over
doing
their
it 'cause-
heads, and it's like, no, he's so arrogant that he compares himself like a god, not
Okay, so then that is my fault.
because he
for
never actually just goes on like an atheist rant or anything like that.
No,
yeah.
I know that. Oh no, a show that's very guilty with that I think is Family Guy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like it's just like, okay, Seth MacFarlane, we get it.
Yes, we get it. You don't like Christians. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's always Christians. It's like the easy topic religion, I think, when it comes to kind of poking fun of, which isn't a problem, but it's kind of like the internet atheist.
Well, I don't know. He did do that thing about Muhammad. Remember when Muhammad came to the door?
Oh
The
yeah.
fish hat. Remember?
In South Park, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, well, South Park is they flat said like if it's either everything's okay or nothing's okay.
Yeah.
So
That's the only way to have humor. You can't.
Yeah,
You can't.
well, as long as you're trying to be funny at the end of the day, and as long as people can, people understand what
I mean,
it's
yeah,
a joke.
as long as you're not being spiteful or just like laying it on for no reason. The guy you're talking to
Like
is just crying.
if humor, it's like this old animation that was kind of mocking our atheism, where it's like the priest was saying, "Oh, Father in heaven, please take this child," and then you got all the atheists saying, "No, God,
Oh.
It's like it's not like it's hard to talk about it without talking generalizations, but there's those type of people we're referring to. It's like the ones with just no sense
just
of
like
awareness.
a case of like forcing something in where it doesn't need to be forced in.
Oh yeah, like no doubt, I'm sure there's Christians that do that too, and
Well, yeah, but
I think
both sides are a lot smaller than everybody thinks.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing.
it's the vocal minority.
Yeah.
I guess.
Only the loudest people get treated as the majority.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, they stand out, right?
Yeah. But no, back to XRA.
Okay, yes.
Everyone likes XRA.
Frittata.
Either everyone likes XRA or they should like it.
I just like how they nailed his like Navajo accent. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just, oh.
Quit touching his leg, freak! Take that! Taste the pain! Take that!
it's pretty strong.
Get off his legs, you pervert.
I'm going normal. Like this, I heard it was like the first season. It's like they didn't like his voice, so the second season they made him sound even dumber.
Yeah.
It's like I love that going normal. Like me and Sterling were talking about it. He's like, yeah, and it's true. Some of the later episodes of the second season, especially, were just like, like it just kind of. There's only so many times you can. It's funny.
They
but
ran
there's-
out of material.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
Wasn't there like a good 6 or so seasons of X-Ray? Because there's quite a few.
There's
from
two
what I recall.
seasons. There's only two seasons.
Yeah.
No. I thought there was more.
No, there's
No?
it's like 10, 11 episodes each season.
I thought
11 or
there was a
12.
bunch.
Yeah, there's only a couple.
Yeah.
What doth life?
What doth life?
The answer that breaks everything. The question, rather, that breaks everything. 1 second.
Hold this board.
1 second. I'm gonna do some fact checking.
Join us the board.
Please keep talking.
I hope your brain does the walking for you.
Oh my god, that
Because your legs aren't quite
That-
going to cut.
there's another episode where he becomes a parent.
Yeah, I remember.
No shit. Sorry. Sorry. The actual line is, "I see your brain is doing all the legwork."
Yeah. It's one of those things like it's a lot of like double ways of many ways of looking at the same joke, right?
Yeah.
Like so, it's like, oh, doing all the legwork, your brain's doing all the legwork, which could be a normal saying, but he's saying it to a crippled
Yeah,
kid.
he's saying expressively to be
So
offensive.
it's like both ways. It takes both ways, which is kind of why I think it's like a really smart show.
Why does this show only have a 6.5 out of 10 on TV.com?
Again, you have to have a high IQ.
Yeah, you gotta be a real Rick and Morty fan.
You gotta be a real Rick.
Wobble up
You
a
gotta
duck.
be. Grass tastes
Suck,
bad.
suck, suck my balls.
It's just squeezing as many as you can. Tim, it's your turn for a.
And that's
for a
the
Rick and
way
Morty
the
quote.
news goes.
Rick and Morty card? All I know is Pickle Rick. He's like,
Oh,
I'm sick of Rick.
Oh, Rick, I don't like that. Sounds like a bad idea.
I honestly,
Grandpa Rick.
if he was like, I'm Pickle Rickle, I would have laughed way harder at that.
Hmm.
I would have laughed way harder at that.
That rhymes.
It's,
No,
it's like
there's-
silly, stupid.
No, there's a really godlike opening to that episode, the Pickle Rick episode that everybody's waiting to see, in which
They hyped it up, yeah.
I'll paint you the picture here. They're going to family therapy because like huge stuff is the family's been broken basically,
Yeah.
and so they're going to family therapy and they're coming to get Rick to take the therapy with him, and he's like, and then he's sitting there on the counter as a pickle. He's like, oh hey look, I turned myself into a pickle. Guess I can't go to therapy.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta sit. He's like, oh no, you guys go. I'll figure something out, you know. Da da da. And then Morty says, what about this? And he points up, and there's a timer, and it's attached to a string, and it says this thing says anti-pickle serum on it. It's right above where you're sitting right now, and it's a timer right after we leave.
Yeah.
And his daughter's like, no, Morty, I'm sure that's just a coincidence.
So you don't mind if we were to just take the serum down, do you? Oh no, it's fine. Okay, as long as you're certain.
From my impressions, like I think it's like the same guy involved, Justin Roiland or something.
Yeah,
It's
Justin
a-
Like
Roland.
Roland.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't
And
he in
Dan Harmon.
Adventure Time? What was it? Lemon.
Did you work?
Yeah, he does a lot of voice acting.
Okay.
He does Lemon Grab and Adventure Time. This is his first real big writing. Well, the major success.
Oh,
as a writer.
I thought. I did not watch the show. Maybe if there's one episode, because I was explaining to them, it really takes one part to get me into something, but it's very often just out of nowhere thing. So maybe there's an episode out there I'll like. It's not me right now.
Yeah. No, it takes some time, especially with something as popular as I got on the train early, and so that's why I'm able to still watch it because I can just ignore the fans. But people who want to get into it are very much oh, I don't want to ever be associated with these people.
Actually, because of that Shenchuan thing, a lot of fans were trying to throw everyone else on their bus. No, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm just fan bases really do ruin.
That's
everything.
that's a par for the course for fan bases though. There's gonna be some bad fans, and you don't want to be considered one of those bad
Well,
fans.
it depends on how popular it gets. That's the thing. There's always going to be a bad
it's
fan
not
base.
it's not a very clear cut thing.
No,
'cause
but
it's like
you're
you
not
just want.
so heavily in the public eye of
Yeah,
those
it's
fans.
kind of like weebs with anime, anime fans, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I call myself a weeb anyways, but you know those really hardcore ones.
The actual weeaboo.
Those
Yeah,
aggressive.
like the ones like I mentioned to Josiah when we were at the ramen restaurant today.
There was just weeb joke after weeb joke.
There was actually, I took Japanese course, right? I took level 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Both years, the same student. He looked like Neo
Oh,
for
God.
the Matrix. He
No,
had the
go on.
trench coat. He had the sunglasses
Yeah.
and frizzy hair. He argued with the teacher almost every time we were there. Like, no, this isn't what I want to say. I want to say Kisama instead of Anata.
Kisama.
I'm like, and some of the stuff he was saying, I vaguely remember it, but I knew it was like referencing to like Naruto.
Okay.
I'm like, he's like, how do I say you bastard in this? I'm just like, you fucking know.
Don't.
I'm just like, and the teacher looked very uncomfortable, and
Yeah.
And she was probably native.
look, she was Japanese, like
Yeah.
legit Japanese,
Yeah.
right? And she was a very cheerful person.
Yeah.
Very
Very nice, very understanding, but he was just pushing it.
Fumio Sensei.
Okay,
as
yeah.
we call her. And no, I actually really liked. I really liked her, and you know, I got good, actually pretty good. It was a part-time course, so it wasn't exactly graded, but she said I did very well with it.
Yeah, that's good.
It was pretty good, and
Good stuff.
yeah.
No, I mean, but as far as like fan bases, like that's why I haven't gotten into Game of Thrones, is because I was too late on the train, and I just don't want. Everybody's always talking about, oh, spoilers, blah blah. You know, it's just like I don't want to deal with any of this. I'll wait until it's done and the hype's died down, and I'll get into it.
Yeah,
Like-
that's usually kind of the case too with the hype group when they sometimes watch certain things, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll get into it maybe after very few animes while I'll watch with it, but I usually like to do it on my own
schedule.
pacing.
Like the Game of Thrones hype has reached to the point where, like, I've got coworkers at work, like people like the one realm where I expect like zero interaction of like nerd shit, like I'm just there to get my shit done, to drive a forklift, to go home. Doesn't matter what my interests are beyond this. Like even there, I've got people who are like, "Have you seen the new Game of Thrones?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't seen episode 1. I've seen literally nothing whatsoever."
Yeah, and you're like, hey, remember last week when I told you the fuck off?
Did you not quite catch on to that one?
I watched this show, and then if anything, I got into the books a bit more afterwards, and
That's fair.
a lot of it was just me looking up, kind of like what I did with Persona 5, where I was actually just looking up like synopsises of the thing and
Right.
like general ideas, because
Like, hey, what's it about?
Like,
What's the core themes?
I
Basic
love the characters, like the different perspectives, and how it feels like you're reading from a different perspective of each character and how they tend to interact with each other.
Well, we also have to talk about a very sensitive topic, and now's a good time to do it.
Oh god, no.
Yes.
I don't think my heart's ready for that.
Our beloved Grape Coon left us this last weekend, as I think it was the 11th or 12th, and
Hululu, bless him.
yes, his blessed waifu still remains.
I swear he has single-handedly brought the whole world together more than any sort of like politician or anyone you can think of.
In the arms of an angel.
Oh my God. It's just I like, you know,
Well, first off, he died of old age.
yeah.
Which is already very old, yeah.
And apparently he was very stressed out because he would sometimes refuse to eat because he wanted to spend time with the.
Well, I mean, then they started just feeding him over there. So
Yeah.
I mean, they accommodated him and cheered him up for his last, couple months. But yeah, he died peacefully, gosh, what is it? The creative Kimono Friends.
Yeah.
Kimono Friends.
Yeah.
Drew a picture of him with Hululu, and drew it actually at the zoo in front of the exhibit live a day or two ago, depending on when this podcast comes out. And and everybody's been very supportive. People have been leaving flowers in front of his cage. I mean, this is like Harambe times 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, a lot of people were very invested in it. And honestly, I was actually a little bummed out. Like, even with some of the celebrities passing away, right? Like, I met George Romero like months before I found out. He's like, oh, he passed away. And then, but this one, legit, I was like, man,
This is an instant downer.
it was a very big downer, yeah.
Well, he taught us, even in nature, 2D is better than 3D.
It's true. This is known fact.
If even animals are capable of having such refined taste, then there's no reason why we can't. Some of us need to step it up.
But no, yeah, it was very sad to see Grape Coon go. But like you said, it was his time, and you know he's now
With his waifu in heaven.
well, not only that, he's up
soonish.
He's up there with Harambe and with the little Bork dog.
And all the other dead memes.
Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe the Bork dog.
Off to meme heaven.
And don't forget Cecil the lion.
Oh yeah, Cecil the lion.
Cecil.
Everyone
Cecil the
forgets
Lion.
Cecil the Lion.
He's. I ain't lion.
That everybody forgot of after a month of the huge controversy in which people were actually trying to send funds to prosecute the guy, even though he didn't break any laws of that country.
Well, we won't get too much into that thing, but yeah, it was.
Well, it wasn't.
It seems like everyone's
It
trying to
wasn't
be offended.
his fault that his guides made him told him to do something illegal, and he trusted them. I mean, they were supposed to be reputable guides, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's
regardless, that controversy is done and over, and we really shouldn't be getting too into it because of Grape Coon's memory.
Yes.
Grape Coon, being a very old penguin, must have been a very well established and diehard classic weeaboo. Like I wonder if we had gotten him on the podcast, like could we have discussed like some old Good Fist of the North Star with him, perhaps, like some original OVA JoJo. This is a missed opportunity, folks.
Also, Grape Coon is just the cutest name ever for a penguin.
Yeah. Oh well, no, I'm looking at Nigel posting something. They actually put they have a little memorial for him, and they left the cardboard cutout.
Well, she needs to be sent to spite.
For Hululu.
Yeah, with Hululu. I gotta watch that show. Apparently, it's very, very good, even with the limited animation.
Well, yeah.
It picks up after a couple episodes.
Yeah, it's very basic. It's made for children. I mean, that's the thing you got to remember. It's entertaining.
You know what?
at points.
That would actually probably explain why well, won't get into that, but there was the controversy with the studio.
Yeah.
Why a lot of fans are very upset with it.
Yeah, but also we do have a little bit of news here wrapping up that we may have a very special guest coming onto the podcast soon. We're not going to announce it until we know for sure, but we do have a very special guest coming on here. We're excited. Hopefully we announce him or her very soon. We've been in contact with them, and hopefully they will get back to us.
Listen, all that I can say is if this deal goes through, I'm gonna have a cow.
Don't have a cow, man.
Totally tubular.
Caramba! I think this is just gonna be mostly me doing, all of us doing like Simpsons voices. We watch way too much Oni plays.
But yes.
No, go Grape Coon because I was actually gonna.
No, we're done with Grape Coon.
Matt, we're gonna let's quickly talk about that. You tried your first poutine.
Yes.
And how would you describe it?
It's everything I was ever told. It's not rocket science.
French fries with cheese and gravy.
Yeah, with cheese curds.
Oh yeah, cheese. It works. You can use regular cheese, but cheese curds taste a lot better.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, today was. I mean, I know what brown gravy is. I know what cheese curds are. You know, and French fries. You know, I'm not saying it's bad, but you know, I mean, it's not a big surprise.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a very traditional French Canadian meal.
Yeah. So.
Ooh
la la.
And so we were talking about Xavier Renegade Angel. What? All right. Xavier Renegade Angel, and we were showing Matt Oni plays. I don't think you've never watched that before, right?
The Good Boys.
Or you knew of it.
Okay, the catch with Oni Plays is that I've seen
Everything I posted.
like Josiah posts a lot. Tim has posted about good old Oni here and there. I've seen a little bit of his I've seen clips of like some of his stuff scattered here and there. I never really got into it because the thing with me is I'm slow to check out stuff that I'm slow to check out great stuff that's critically acclaimed. I'm just slow to check out stuff that people will suggest to me, like, hey Matt, you gotta check this out, and then I come back 1 year later and I'm like, hey, I'm done Cowboy Bebop, and thanks for the suggestion. It's good to finally have them checked out. is probably going to be a bit more of a consistent watch for me now that I...
Familiar with the good stuff.
Yeah, like
Good boys.
the stuff that counts, like their appearances on Doodle Dudes we were checking out just today. And based on how much the other two boys here have been referencing them, the Grumpcade with Simpsons Hit and Run is, from what I understand, a super classic.
Almost all of his video, like game playthroughs, he references The Simpsons in some form.
Way, shape, or form, yeah.
The Simpsons, Chris Chan,
Yes.
Family Guy.
I haven't heard a
King of
Chris
the
Chan reference yet.
They're a little more rare.
It's a little, it's not as often, but he's like, what was it? When his father was saying, "Oh, you gotta get rid of the trolls on the internet."
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it.
Chris O'Neill, he says that a lot. Alright. And, I'm trying to remember, we were basically showing him the funny parts. The really good, like, a lot of it's funny, a lot of it's just entertaining to watch, but we showed the really, really funny parts, the Grumpcade being one of them.
We also introduced him to some of the live action Super Mega episodes with Oni in them, like My Two Lovely Uncles, and Three Dudes Hanging Out.
He kept doing this sandal. Yeah, like Oni plays. So yeah, I think he'll because I said this, or I still watch Two Best Friends play. I still do watch some of their videos.
Yeah.
But Oni Plays has been taking up a much bigger chunk because it's just a lot of funny stuff that I laugh at, and that's just appealing to me right now.
Yeah.
What was, I think that'd be good for Oni Plays. We went for Laser Quest yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when this is gonna air, but we went the day before this podcast.
Well, for those who don't know, Laser Quest is a large chain of laser tag centers that span over Canada, and there's one or two left in the Midwest of the Americas. And so I grew up behind Laser Quest, so I already knew about it, and these two chums have played before, so I thought, hey, let's just all go play some Laser Quest. And surprisingly enough, even though it was like 5 o'clock on a Friday, like the place was empty, which I would not be the case if we were in Tulsa where I live.
Yeah. And it got, like, our second game, one of the girls working there was actually playing, and you say she knew the whole area, and I totally agree, but she beat us all by like a huge margin.
Okay, like
I was surprised because
I was 30 points behind you. Okay, that's not a huge margin.
Well, okay, she was a huge margin above me. Because she was like almost what was like 200. She had 400. I had like 2.
No, she had I had 282 and she had 300 and like 20.
Oh wait, is this the one? Either way, it was actually a lot of fun. It was just nice that she's like, yeah, if you guys want more of a challenge, we can.
Also, she says, come, get ready to kill me. Don't hold back.
And yeah, there's multiple times where it's like I'm literally cornered. I was cornered by 3 people, so there's
no matter
where
line,
like I go one way, they shoot me dead. Okay, I'll go the other way, shoots me dead. I'll go the other, shoots me dead. I'm like, okay.
Everybody fell into that trap a couple times. So you got in like a Mexican standoff for like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. I think. Like, okay, so we did the laser tag. You tried Putin for the first time.
Yeah.
We were watching Renegade Angel. We got drunk. By the way, I'm still kind of not as bad as I was earlier, but I'm a little fuzzy from yesterday. And yeah, no, I think it was pretty eventful all in all.
Yeah. I mean, we made the trip down here. We left a little late.
There was a little, errors here and there. A lot of it, I think, on my part.
It wasn't anything bad. I mean, we just had to turn around a couple times. I mean, it's not like we went like miles or kilometers without realizing that we went the wrong way or anything like that.
And crap. Well, I think I should wait on him, but I'm trying to think of. All right. Well, right now we got a picture.
No.
Okay, I won't get into that.
Don't get into trade secrets.
Trade secrets. This is only for us to know.
Our eyes open.
Well, I guess I can talk about Nigel. I like
Dirty meme thief.
the meme thief that he is. He's very scummy, yes. And he'd constantly tell me to watch animes. I'm like, I don't care. And I ended up watching what was it, Yearly in April, and he's like, he hyped it up way too much. That whatever I could have felt towards it was not really there. And what was it? Oh yeah, I finally fully read what was it? Emergence? Yeah, that that is something else for sure. And I really am, like I've said this so many times, I do not know if this is trying to be like a story about tragedy or if it's just straight up trying to be hentai. Like, I really cannot grasp who's this trying to appeal to.
Everybody
Needs a sob story.
You, your mom, and your dog.
My dog.
My douche.
My fat cat.
My dog has only the finest taste in anime pornography.
It's true. I believe him. He just said it.
And hentai or bust.
And hentai, yes.
Hentai with bust.
And hentai, I visit that site much times. I mean, what else? There's a lot of things I can kind of talk about. Like, let's say the hype group. You know, and I love friendship. I believe in friendship. Okay.
Sorry. We need to wrap it up, you ding dong.
All right. I guess. All right. Fine.
Well, number one, we don't have the window open, and it's starting to really bake in here.
I thought you guys liked the bake.
I do like to bake. I bake cakes and cookies and croissants.
I made the banana bread the other day.
But no, we do need to wrap this up a little bit.
Anime pornography.
Yes, Matthew, thank you. Matthew's been taking back a couple beers, so as you can tell, he's a little frisky.
It's funny. He was drinking the weaker beer, and yet like he's like, oh, I feel perfectly fine. And I drink wine. I'm like, God, kill me now.
You woke up hungover, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had girls' night out. You had 6%
Listen,
alcohol.
it tastes good.
Yes, I know.
Red
Mine
for
tastes
her
good too, but it
pleasure.
had a real alcohol content to it.
Red for her pleasure.
I'm not going to fight you on this, sir.
So yeah, we can wrap it up. Let's comment on the scenery we're looking at. My figures, the window, my posters,
And your screen.
my screen, and this plant over here.
My earlier comment would make absolutely no sense if we didn't draw some context about your screen.
Let's not talk about the screen. We didn't want to
Yeah,
talk about it.
that's a trade secret.
A trade secret.
Yeah. We'll talk about the things beside the screen, which would be the cans of pop beep Beppis, and this plant. For some reason, it's in my room. It's not even mine.
Josiah brought some fantastic black currant Pepsi from the good old US of A. And boy, let me tell you, it's Pepsi with a slight aftertaste.
It's good though. I like it.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. How should we wrap this up, gentlemen?
Well, there's only one way to wrap it up.
We have a tradition, don't we, Josiah?
Yes, we have a tradition.
What is this?
Are you familiar with MXC?
Yes.
Challenging.
Gaelido, she's my favorite.
Well, you know what they say at the end of each episode, correct?
It's been a long time, so you just
Don't get eliminated.
don't get eliminated. Oh, okay. I should also clarify, I have a very shit memory when it comes to things like from 10 years ago.
Tim, as the resident, well, I'm a guest too technically, but as the resident, like a true guest for today's podcast, do you want to do us the honors of reading us off?
Don't get eliminated. Okay, I can say that. I
Just
feel
give it-
confident.
Just give us a good countdown, brother.
Alright, should we do it on 5?
5's fine. We'll mix it up a bit. Yeah, it's fine.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't get eliminated!
See you in your dreams.
Take care, folks.
I love you.